Hey, welcome to DMCP 365 and our Disciple Making University. This is course 101. We call it our Foundation series. And this video is about when and where are you going to engage with people to make disciples. And it's number one. This is video number one in the series of when and where. But first, before we do that, I just want to check in. We haven't done that in a few videos, just to check in to see how you're doing individually. And I really do mean that. You know, what are the highs in your life? What are the lows in your lives? Ups, downs. What are you thankful for? What are some challenges, stresses that you're facing in your life? My email address is in the notes for this video. And if you want to, I would really consider it an honor and a privilege if you would send me what you're thankful for, your highs, and then also your challenges, your stresses, some of the lows. And when people send that to me, I'm really honored, and I consider it a privilege, but I also consider it a responsibility. When they share that stuff with me, then I have to step up and do my part, which is I promise to pray with you and celebrate with you about the highs and the things you're grateful for, and then pray for the things that are stressing you, that are challenges, that are some of the lows. So anyway, if you want to do that, my email address is in the notes below. I would love to see that. All right, here we go. Accountability. Can't be a shocker, right? How did you do? Did you do all the action steps from the who am I going to share with this video? Did you practice at least 10 times explaining the names, the name list and the places list? Did you practice at least 10 times drawing the social, and this is what this is, the social network diagram and explaining that? Did you do those at least 5 times without looking at the notes or looking at the script? Did you share both of those with someone else at least 3 times? I don't even care if it's the same person. You just need practice sharing it with somebody else. Did you do that? Have you been practicing sharing your story and God's story as you go about your day in the mirror, when you're getting ready in the morning, when you're driving in your car, when you're standing in a line, when you've got some downtime? It only takes about 5 minutes to do both of those. And if you did that 3, 4, 5 times a day, how well would you know your story? How well would you know God's story, the gospel? And the better you know it, the more confident you're going to be to share it. And I've found not only the more confident will you be to share it, but you will be more excited and more focused on looking for opportunities to share it because you know it so well. And you just can't wait to share that with somebody else to offer them hope. Okay? So don't cheat. Don't cheat the process and try to skip and not do the action steps. Don't cheat the process. Please. These videos are not the main nuts and bolts of this process, of this series, of this course. It's you doing the action steps. It's you putting in the work to do it yourself. That is the nuts and bolts of this video series. And if you're skipping those, you're cheating the process, and you're not going to get out of this what you could. So don't cheat the process. I'm begging you, don't cheat the process. All right, so let's remind ourselves of who this God is that we're serving and who it is that we're making disciples of. So this is out of Deuteronomy, Isaiah, and then again Isaiah. So remember, the scripture references are all in the notes for the video. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. For I am God and there is no other. I am God and there is none like me. I am the Lord and there is no other. Beside me there is no God. He is the one and only God. The God that we are serving, the God that we are surrendering our lives to, the God that we are giving up everything for. He is the one and only God. And now the quote. This is from Jim Elliot, missionary to Ecuador. I know this is one of my favorite quotes, so you're most likely going to see this quote again. But he said he was actually martyred in Ecuador. He and 4 of his buddies down there, the Ecuador 5, they were actually all martyred trying to reach an unreached tribe of people. He is no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain what he cannot lose. One more time. He is no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain what he cannot lose. You got that? Think about that. Is that how you're living your life? All right, the objective of this video is to know when and where you will be making the offer. The offer either to believers or unbelievers, correct? The objective is to know when and where you will be making the offer. And of the 7 W's, this is the 4th and the 5th of the 7 W's. So we're just past halfway now, right? It's very simple. We just make a list, and then we decide, we write down when and where we're going to talk to the 4 people, and when we're going to start looking for opportunities to have spiritual conversations in the place that we selected. What is scheduled gets done. What is not scheduled gets forgotten. I'm going to repeat that. What is scheduled gets done. What is not scheduled gets forgotten. So what am I telling you here? When you decide when and where, put it in your calendar, whatever that is. A paper calendar, in your phone, however it is that you keep track of your to-dos, put it in there and give it a specific date and a specific location. Now this is what I want to remind you of. So all these tools that we're learning, okay, all these 7 W's. Remember, you drew this social network, and every one of these circles represents a person. The one at the top represents a place. All these others represent people, and you are in the middle. And it can get overwhelming. Look at all these people out here in all these circles thinking you have to reach all of them with the gospel. But all of these tools that I'm teaching you, all of these tools that you're learning, and you're going through the action steps and really making them part of who you are so you can use them at any time that you need them, they are solely focused on you reaching the 4 names that are connected to you, where the red lines are. You are not focused on reaching all of these circles out here of people. You're taking the tools that you're learning and you're focusing on reaching these 4 people. That's it. In this one place, that's it. And then once you reach some of these people that are connected to you through the red lines, then you train them what? When they surrender to Jesus, you train them with these same 7 W's, their own personal disciple-making strategy, and then they reach people that are connected to them. And then when some of those people surrender to Jesus, they teach them the same thing, and then those people will reach others connected to them. So what this gives you a visual representation of is you have to reach a few people, and then you train them, and by you reaching those few people and equipping them, you will wind up being part of reaching a huge number of people. Okay? So I just want you to relax a little bit. Okay? I just want you to relax a little bit. You're not, and in fact, you're not even trying to convince every person that you talk to they have to listen to you. That is not the goal. The goal is to go out to try to start spiritual conversations, to see who God might be working on, and then for those people that are interested in continuing a spiritual conversation with you, then you put a lot of energy into them. You're not out to convince anybody they have to listen to you or agree with you. You're simply out engaging with people, using the tools and concepts that you're learning to find the people God is working on, and then invest heavily in those people so that they can then go out and reach and find more people that God is working on so that they can then make more disciples. Got it? Great. So let's continue on with the next demonstration to continue building your personal disciple-making strategy.